Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Welcome to MyZone online school. My name is Teacher Netai. Today's theme is farm. Let's sanitize our hands. Rub, rub, rub your hands back, inside and forth. Now your hands and mine are clean. We have sanitized. Rub, rub, rub your hands back, inside and forth. Now your hands and mine are clean. We have sanitized. Remember to maintain your social distance at all times. And today's lesson is letter J and coloring. Let's turn to page 15 of our booklet. The instruction on page 15 says, circle the correct number, color the insects. But before we do that, let's go to the board and learn how to count up to number 7 once more. Let's count the numbers as I point to the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how we count up to number 7. Let's get back to our booklet once more. Now we need to count the number of insects. The first insects that we see in the first row are bees. Let's count and find out how many bees can we see in row number 1. Let's count as you point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there are 7 bees in that first row. Now you need to color the bees any color you want. And I would like to demonstrate for you on the board what you are supposed to do when you have to circle the correct number of the bees. Let's get back to the board and look at the numbers on the board. We all agreed that there are 7 bees. Now we need to check and look carefully. Which number is 7? Is this 7? No, this is number 1. Is this 7? No, that is number 2. Let's look at the next one. The next number is 3. We are looking for number 7. Let's look. The next number says 4. And the next number after 4 is 5. The following number after 5 is 6. Now, where is number 7? Number 7 is right at the end. Now, you need to circle number 7 because we have 7 B's in the first row. Let's get back to our booklet once more. Let's look at the next row. In the next row, there are fleas. There are how many fleas that you can see in second row? Let's count and see how many there are. 1, 2, 3. Now color in those fleas and look for the correct number in the row next to it. Numbers are lined up nicely next to the fleas. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Choose the correct number which corresponds with the number of fleas you can see in the picture. Let's move on to the next row. What can you see in row number 3? I can see ladybirds. Can you count and see how many ladybirds are in the picture? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, there are 5 ladybirds. Now, let's look at the number in the row. Count and identify which is the correct number which corresponds with the number of ladybirds and circle like I've done before. Let's look in the next picture. The next picture we have butterflies. Count the number of butterflies and look for the correct number in the numbers provided on the right-hand side. Count together with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now look for the correct number in the row and circle the right number. Remember to color the butterflies. The last pictures at the bottom of page 15 are ants. I can see they are ants. Count those number of ants and find the correct number and circle the correct number. Remember, all the pictures on this page must be colored in. Now let's turn over to the next page. On page 16, it is a nice, easy activity that all of us can do. There is a picture of a horse. Now you need to color in the horse. You can use any color of your choice. Once you have finished, we can turn over to page 17. On page 17, the instruction says, I will read, color the horse brown. There is a specific color that you are supposed to use. Now let's look closely at the picture on page 17. On page 17, I am able to see 2 different kinds of animals. Which 2 animals can you see? Right, there is a horse and there is a cat. Now you need to color in the horse. You need to use color brown. Let's color in the horse using color brown. You may leave out the cat because we have not been instructed to color the cat. Once you are done, I would like to say, well done. Let's turn to page 18 of our booklet. On page 18, we can see letter J. Letter J for jacket. And the instruction says, write the J in the blocks. We have the blocks right at the bottom of letter J. Now, I would like to show you how we are supposed to form letter J. Let's move over to the board as I explain to you. When we write letter J for jacket or for jet, for juice, jug, jar, jug, I have already mentioned juice, for jam. How do we form the letter J? I will show you. Look at the board as I am going to demonstrate. We start from the top, we go down letter J's body and bend his knees backwards and put a dot for his head. That is how we write letter J. I will go over with you once more. Letter J. We start from the top, we go down letter J's body, bend his knees backwards and put a dot for his head. That is how we write letter J. So if we go back to our booklet on page 18, it says write letter J. Now, do we know what is the sound for letter J? Letter J says J, J, J. As in jug, jam, juice, jacket, jar. So that is the sound for letter J. Once more, remember how we form letter J. We start from the top, go down his body, bend his knees backwards, and put a dot for his head. Now let's write letter J, starting from the dot. The arrow shows us exactly what we are supposed to do. We start from where the dot is. We go down all the way as the arrow shows us in our booklet. Can you trace over that letter J? Remember to bend his knees backwards and put a dot for his head. I would like you to complete all the letters in the blocks on page 18, just below the letter J, 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 J for jacket. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Now let's sanitize our hands. Rub, rub, rub your hands back, inside and forth. Now your hands and mine are clean. We have sanitized. Rub, rub, rub your hands back, inside and forth. Now your hands and mine are clean. We have sanitized. Remember, boys and girls, to maintain a social distance at all times. Now it is time for me to invite Zoe. It is time for us to say goodbye, Zoe.
akili, 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 akili. Let's chase the germs away. Let's chase the germs away by keeping our hands clean. And when you want to sneeze or when you want to cough, do it in your elbow. Let's practice sneezing into your elbow. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Achoo! Again. Achoo! Yay! You did it! Germs, germs, germs. They make us sick. Germs, germs, germs. Germs, germs, germs are not your friends. When you're sick, you sneeze. Achoo! When you're sick, you cough, cough, cough. And if you achoo or cough on your hands, the germs stay alive on your hands and get passed on to your friends, and they'll get sick too. Let's chase the germs away. Let's chase the germs away by keeping our hands clean. And when you want to sneeze or when you want to cough, do it in your elbow. Germs, 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 they make us sick. Germs, germs, germs are not our friends. Germs, 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 they make us sick. Germs, 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 germs are not your friends.
When you're saying things that degrade women, for me, number one, I am not there, because that is basically what I don't believe in. I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you think we can add? What do we put in the basket?
First of all, let's put Blossom back in the basket.
Look at the person like, man, let's do a song.
Let's do something.
Just
let's
like that. Let's do a song.
collaborate.
Let's collaborate. Just
Africans were claiming us
Yes,
a few years
exactly.
ago.
To the rest of the world, they belong to us. Namibia, Baba, Namibia.
I'll help you carry on.
Creating music and putting some stuff out for the people who've been supporting me, that's definitely something that's next on my list.
Cynical place, and I must be a cynical man.
Spot on. Sherlock Holmes.
Joan Watson. I've been hired by your father to be your sober companion. I'm here to make the transition from your rehab experience to the routine of your everyday life as smooth as possible.
Look at this place. Yuck. Can't wait for you to tidy it.
You care to explain why you broke out of your rehab facility the same day you were being released?
Bored.
You were bored.
No, I am bored right now. Happens often. You'll get used to it. You're a doctor, you understand.
I'm not a doctor.
Well, a doctor. Surgeon, judging by your hands.
You were a detective?
I worked as a consultant at Scotland Yard. I wasn't paid for my services, and therefore I answered no one but myself. I've decided to resume my work as a consultant here, in New York. Consider every wretched hive of depravity and murder in this city my place of business.
Now in its 6th year, the Syrian conflict has impacted heavily on the most vulnerable. More than 2 million children were forced to leave their homes. After 3 weeks at Idemeni, a waterlogged camp in northern Greece, Mohammed Al-Khalil and his family of 4 are desperate to relocate.
حياة صعبة هون، خيم ومطر وبرد وحمام ما في وأمراض ونحن بكل الأحوال ندور مكان يعني آمن فلقينا المنظمة هاي الأمم المتحدة حل بالنسبة لنا، لأن احنا ندور الأمان وندور مشان أطفالنا، مشان ننسى الأيام اللي مرت علينا ونتأمل إن شاء الله خير يعني.
But for single mothers like Nisreen Chico, who is stuck at the border shared by Greece and the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, the wait has led to desperation. Her husband was killed by a bomb in Aleppo 3 years ago. These days, she's consumed with protecting her 5 children.
حاسة إنه كثير صعب أنا أولادي نعيش هون. ما فيني أتحمل، ما في يعني صار لي 10 أيام هون ولا يوم نمت برياحة. هن بيناموا أنا لا.
Nisreen is not alone. Narin worries about her 2-month-old baby, Delberin, who has contracted a lung infection. She's unsure whether he'll survive.
في معه مرض فيروس، في معه التهابات ما بعرف حرارة، في معه سهل تراجع. خدنا على المستشفى صار 14 هون أنا. امبارح جيت على أساس ما في شيء، جيت لهون كمان نفس الشيء. أولادي كمان هذول كلهم مرضانين.
UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, is providing shelter for the thousands of children and their families trapped here. But it's not enough.
A lot of families with young children have spent weeks, night after night, in the rain, in the cold, under the open sky. The small tents that they have had are not good. It's not proper shelter.